You're now listening to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. Straightforward, no nonsense business advice. Completely unfiltered. Grow your business. Grow your life. Now, here's your host, Brian Fullerton.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. It is your host, Brian Fullerton, here hanging with you guys. Well, good morning. Well, guys, it is bright and early Monday morning, and we are going to do a little recap here from Launchpreneur Academy Live 2021. Holy cow. I'm actually joined here live in the nursery with none other than baby Emmy Grace and also that beautiful little cackle there, Miss Elizabeth Fullerton. How you doing, babe?
Good.
Yeah, we're actually just doing this, just a quick little recap episode here from the event. It will genuinely probably be a short and sweet episode. I even said that this weekend and still talked for a half hour on stage, and I had no speech really written up until that point. We were coming in hot for sure. It's funny, like I'm coordinating all the other speakers, and I'm like, hey, I think we're speaking at this thing too. So how you doing this evening?
Good. Sleepy.
Sleepy for sure. It's been a exhausting in a good way. You know, last 48 hours. Launchpreneur Academy Live is our live event that we do up here in Novi, Michigan, and there was just under 400 people when you add in speakers, sponsors, and then all of you guys, the attendees that came. It was
so crazy,
barn burner of an event. What do you think over the event? And I guess even starting from the go-karts on Friday night, what do you think about everything that went down?
I think it's crazy to think where we started just 3 years ago. This is only our third one, and it just seems to grow every single year. We booked, I think their first year we did Black Rock, remember?
Yeah.
And we're like, oh man, are we gonna have enough people to like fill the patio? Like, and like that was such a nerve-wracking thing. And then last year with the 6 rooms, we're like, is anybody going to come with COVID and everything? We sold that out. And then this year, we're like, okay, we're getting 6 ballrooms. Like, this is a really, really big space. Are we sure? Because how embarrassing would it be to have that much space and, like, nobody shows up? And then with the race car, or the go-karts, it was like, okay, we're really actually shelling out kind of big bucks to rent this. Is it going to be worth it? And, oh, my gosh, I think there was like a line out the door to get like badges and everything. It was crazy.
Yeah. Well, there was over 200 plus people that came to the go-kart track on Friday night.
Was that the final number?
Well, that's what they had registered on the computer.
So that's not including the kids that came with parents, and spouses. Because I want to say there's definitely more than 200 people.
Well, like Caleb didn't even race, but Dell didn't even race. Right. You know, they're just mingling and hanging out, and they didn't want to race, which is fine.
The true question. Determining
factor.
My words aren't working out this weekend. How much pizza did we go through? Because that'll give us an idea.
I don't know. We ordered $800 of pizzas at the beginning because we had a 7:30 delivery and then an 8 o'clock delivery. But then we also had we ran out of pizza, so I ordered another. I don't even know. I just gave this guy my card, and I ordered another 10 pizzas and some more bread, and because you got to feed people while you're there, and we did not factor that into the go-kart rental track. Go figure, just a little oversight there. Probably $1,200 in pizzas later, because I know the first round was like $837 or $873, one of the two.
Okay.
So just chalk that out of the family budget. So any which way, but we just wanted to do a little dissertation, a little debrief. I know you guys are going to hear episodes later on in this week from Caleb and I actually did a 2-part episode podcast here. They came over this morning with breakfast, riding in like a white knight on the horse here, which was really, really grateful for them. They bought us some breakfast and came on by for just a couple hours. And we did Caleb and I did a podcast episode. Actually, Friday's episode, the first half will be on Caleb, and then his podcast, Kid Contractor Podcast, and the second half of that, if you will, would be on our podcast. So if you guys are new to the show, it's all about Lawns, Lessons, Life. This episode might sound a little low energy. Not a lot of X's and O's probably here today. But Liz and I run a lawn and landscape business just west of Detroit, about 40 minutes west in the burbs. And this is our 16th season in business, which is crazy to say. And this is
16. Wow.
I know. Yeah.
I think I've been saying it's 13.
13?
I'm a little behind.
It's between 13 and 16 seasons. No, 2005 is when I really started the business. 2007 is when I got my
LLC.
I think 2007 or 2010 I've got my LLC. Yeah, I think I had a DBA since 2005 or 6 or 7. But I know this is our 16th season since 2005, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
That's when I filed the DBA, or 2006 maybe. But that's actually, I know it's 16. I did the math one day, and I'm like, because dude, it's just after that, who cares? After 10. But so anyway, it's Lawns, Lessons, Life on our podcast, helping you guys grow a more successful green industry business. But we just want to do a quick little debrief from the event. Liz and I literally are just coming off of, like Liz said, a 3-day adrenaline run here, if you will. Just running on coffee, energy drinks, Red Bull, and little sleep. Tossing a newborn. We got baby Emmy here.
Yeah.
She's 14 weeks tomorrow.
She is 14 weeks and 6 days, so she'll be 15 weeks.
15 weeks tomorrow.
15 weeks tomorrow.
Well, if you get the
wait.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I don't know.
If we've been between
it's
13,
make me a bad mom. I'm like, I don't know. She'll eventually be 4 months here soon.
Well,
I think next week she'll be 4 months, so she's 15 weeks.
Well, I was gonna say, if you can't get 13 to 16 weeks there on the spread for how many, or 13 to 16 years on my business career, then I can be off a week on her birthday.
I'm like, how long have we been married?
Yeah.
Like, I'm really not the best with that kind of stuff.
Well, the interesting thing is not only we are doing this huge event, we're running our lawn care business, dealing with like the toughest season ever in weather. But we also got the newborn baby, so we've got about a solid 5 hours of sleep per night for 3 months.
The thing we've learned is that she sleeps pretty decently. Like, she honestly, from the first, like, maybe month and a half, 2 months.
2 months in, it was rough. But then after that,
she sleeps about 6 to 7. Sometimes she's stretched to, like, 8, whatever.
8.
But we don't. So our only time to get stuff done, like podcasts or edit, like, we have to wait till she goes to sleep. And then we go to sleep, and then it's like, as a parent, you don't really fully sleep anymore.
No.
You're kind of always awake, is what I'm learning. And I'm telling other people about this, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's totally normal." I'm like, "Oh cool. So what age does that kind of like stop?" And they're like, "Oh, it doesn't." I'm like, "What do you mean?
Well, you hear
this is just your new normal."
Yeah,
this is our new normal.
Well, you hear the baby squeak or like a.
Sorry, she just grabbed the mic.
She wants to say something to say. But if you guys have a baby, or you guys ever had a baby or a kid, you guys know the same thing. You get this little like this like squeak or this growl or whatever, and it's
she's like learning her voice too, so now she's like yelling in her sleep, not like angry or like sad. She's just and I'm like, oh my god.
Well, they say that babies test their voice and their motor skills
like
at night.
New skills at night.
Yeah. So she's flailing around, and so you hear like something smack. Usually she's smacking herself in the head, and you're like, "What is that?" And so we wake up like petrified that she's like suffocating or something, which is not no small order or no laughing matter there. And but we're up at 2 a.m, and like we're like, okay, I think she's good. False alarm. Then so like we're in this like perpetual light sleep, and it's been crazy.
You do weird things at night that I never expected you to do.
Were we like keeping this Disney or PG-13?
Disney. You
before
like
or after the
wake
baby?
me up, and all of a sudden you're like, "Where's Emmy?" And I'm like, dead asleep, and I'm like, I don't know. Where is Emmy? Now I'm terrified. What do you mean, where is Emmy?
Sleep deprivation.
She's past that. Anyways, we're supposed to be talking about lunch.
Yeah, we'll talk about being intentional from 9 to 11 the last 3 months.
That is the way to get very, very efficient with your time.
Yeah, because what you used to get done in 4 or 5 hours or whatever, now you get an hour and a half to figure it out, and you're multitasking with one hand on your phone, one hand bopping the baby, and when they're trying to sleep or nurse and all that mess. But so any which way, Launchpreneur Academy Live, a live event. I couldn't say enough good things about everybody that was there. Oh, we got little baby squeals in real life. We couldn't say enough good things about everybody that came, from all the folks that attended to all the speakers. Quick little rundown, recap. We'll have probably some a bigger dissertation, like I said, from all the other people that were at the event. Like Paul Jameson was podcasting from the event. So if you want to hear some good episodes and maybe feedback from the event, check out Green Industry Podcast over the next 2 weeks. Paul's going to have, 10, 15, 20 episodes there. Kayla and Brittany, I think, are doing a road show on the way home. It'll be cool to hear what they thought of the event, from their, half-hour breakdown. And then maybe stay tuned to Friday. Caleb and I went speaker to speaker, what we got out of the event. And people are posting all over Instagram, Josh Sutton, like their top 10 takeaways.
I love that. That's so cool for me to see.
Yeah. But it's good to know that you can at least get 10 things out of the event. At least it's not like my top 3 takeaways, So
right, 10's a lot.
And for a guy like Josh Sutton, who's got a successful company, successful business, and whatnot, that's very, very impressive to say the least. Oh, she's crying. Oh. Yeah, we're doing this real time. We're like, I think our podcast is going to turn into the Almond Road Show here. Do we got to take a quick commercial break?
Yeah, we got to take a quick break.
All right, that's our cue. So let's do this really quick, guys. We got to pay the bills around here. We're going to take care of today's show sponsors. Liz is going to get a little bottle here for baby Emmy, and we're going to come right on back.
I think the old quick sip of water transition's about to turn into she did a doodle, and commercial breaks are now an opportunity for diaper duty. Hey, it's Marty. Sorry I couldn't make it to Launchpreneur Academy Live. the parole officer said something about a violation of code 37, 38, something like that. But I was still able to follow along on Instagram. Looks like everybody was having a great time. And hey, I know we've been teasing some details about this year's Black Friday and Christmas promotion to save you guys a few bucks on the training programs that can make you big bucks. I want to encourage you, just keep listening to the show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Brian is putting the finishing touches on the sale, and I promise we're going to be rolling out those details soon. Well, it looks like little Emmy is happy now, so back to Fullerton Party of 3 here on the podcast.
All right, guys, and we are back. Wow.
Life sure is different.
Life sure is different, man. It's funny seeing, oh my gosh, she's looking at me right now. She's like, why do you guys got these weird headsets on? What is going on around here? Well, we're trying to do our best here to give you guys some great content while also, it's real life, man, just like the almonds. Like, one thing that's like kind of adorable, I don't know if anybody else can relate, is like when, is it Zeke or Levi? Levi gets on the podcast and goes, hi, because they're like, what's up, little dude? You're supposed to be sleeping. And Levi will come.
I love that.
Yeah, he jumps on the pod. I think it kind of paints the dream. I'm like, that's pretty cool. Like, and Caleb's not like, shush, shoo, or get out of here. He's like, hey, say hey to everybody. And so you guys are welcome, getting a small glimpse into our life and everything that we got going on, What did she
She just smells so bad.
She did it too?
Like that is one thing, like, being friends with the almonds. I think we've been really decent friends, like good friends with them now since like just
3
around
years?
the time we got pregnant.
Yeah.
So like about a year.
Yeah. I said we've known them for probably only 3 years now.
Yeah. But we've been like pretty close with them now for
a good year now.
Good year. And like being pregnant and like looking at their relationship with their kids and like how they involve them in the business or like
and their company.
And getting to have Emmy at Entrepreneur Academy was so freaking cool, man. Like we got to stand on the side of the stage and kind of watch you, and I was like, "Oh, look, that's Daddy!" And it was it was a really special moment. We're actually pregnant with Emmy. I almost said Nellie.
Yeah,
which is our friend's daughter. That's weird.
Yeah.
Last year.
Yeah. Well, that is really. It's crazy because we actually unfortunately had a miscarriage a little over a year ago, and this is Emmy's our little rainbow baby here.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, we will overcome this, and we will, come out on top and victorious.
That's where that Who Wins talk.
Yeah, the Who Wins When You Succeed talk. And an interesting thing is that I was
pregnant and we didn't know it.
How far along? Maybe 2, 4, 6 weeks?
It was like I had very, very early, like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, like barely pregnant.
Is that crazy?
Yeah.
It kind of like makes you like, that's kind of some goosebump stuff too. When I was like I was standing on faith and a promise too that we would have a beautiful family, and we were pregnant, dude.
November 12th we found out.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy. Yeah.
Anyways.
Well, and you're like, man, I'm just tired this weekend. It's like, well, dude, you
extra like emotional. And
yeah. Well, that makes a lot of sense now. While your talk was 3 minutes long.
I couldn't get cool because I knew what you were going to be talking about, and I couldn't like stop crying. So I was like, I'm just done. Yeah. And then this year, like we were running behind schedule, so our talk got cut. And then I was like, okay, well, you're going to need basically all the time, and you went over still. So
well, I didn't expect
I just don't talk at Entrepreneur Academy anymore. Well,
no, it's not like that. It's just this last 90 days, 100 days, we're just exhausted. It's real life. You guys are out there, and I don't know about you guys, but not to complain about the weather, but dude, it's just been the most tough season physically that I could remember in at least a decade. I mean, dealing with heat is one thing. There's no doubt about that. But when you're like physically impeded from doing work because it's raining every freaking day. I mean, 23 out of 30 days, I think it was in September or something like that, or July or whatever. How do you get all the work done? And it's been a crazy year. But anyway, so Launchpreneur Academy Live, that's our live event. Before we go any further, I wanted to say just a quick shout out to the sponsors, because we had Toro Horizon 360. Those guys were there Friday night renting out the whole go-kart track. That place is not cheap. It's thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to rent a place like that out. And we really appreciate them coming together and supporting all of you guys. So I got to learn more about the Toro Horizon 360 platform, and it was really, really cool because Jonathan Gennari from Xmark, shout out to Xmark, and they were another presenting sponsor for the actual event. Jonathan was talking about how Jonathan was talking about how all in the future, all these smart products and battery products will be that'll be like the connectivity hub for all of the future equipment. So that was actually really cool to see all that from Xmark and how it played off of the Horizon 360 line. So if you guys haven't checked it out, maybe just snoop around, get a free trial, even if you're using a different CRM. I'm not saying I'm swapping over to, Horizon 360, but I'm genuinely like curious now to go check that out. I'm like, it is going to be kind of cool when you have telematics and all this other mess on your mowers, on your equipment. And if you could, get your whole company, like make it a smart company for not a lot of money and, $100 a month subscription, it is kind of intriguing, to be honest with you. And at first I was like, nah, yeah, blah, 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 blah. But I'm going to go probably check that out later on tonight, look around on their website and see what it's all about. But so we had Toro on Friday night, yep. Horizon 360 specifically. We had Xmark. Yep, Sure Track Trailers, Kelly and Sons. Big shout out to those guys. They were great. If you guys, was that a yawn? Did you eat the microphone? Cookie Monster.
I don't know what's happening
Cookie
anymore.
Monster.
Yeah.
So Liz backfired. And then we had a Yard Book, which was really good. I really enjoyed getting to share for them and how that's transformed our business the last 4 or 5 years. And then we had Redmax power equipment, the handheld equipment. So leaf blowers, trimmers, all that mess. They actually gave us a Redmax 8550 leaf blower to give away. And then what's the guy that won it? The blonde haired girl and Wilson or Winston. I think it's Wilson or something like that. I know the guy. I've seen him a dozen times. He's a really cool dude. But his girl won the leaf blower. And shout out to all the ladies, by the way.
I heard
that won
the
everything.
ladies won a lot because I was in and out with Emmy and just keeping things, going behind the scenes. So I didn't really get to sit and watch a whole lot of Entrepreneur Academy. But I heard the ladies really.
I think only one dude won one thing. Maybe like a pair of isotunes, and then one of the other guys won the cooler. But like out of the other 5 things, like some girl won the foot massager that we gave away. Yeah, for real though.
She probably needs it. I've never realized how sore my feet would ever be as a mom. So
yeah, well, so she won that. Another girl won. I don't even remember all the stuff we gave. My brain's fried, as you guys can imagine. But it was literally 3 or 4 ladies won in a row, which is great. So somebody's like, "You're rigging this, for all the women." I go, I guess so.
We've had more and more ladies showing up. That's one of the cooler things. Is like we do have Together in the Trades for couples in business and the trades together during the summer. But that's specific to the relationships. It's cool to see people together. Growing their business as a couple. Well,
and actually a little shout out for Together in the Trades. That'll be in Nashville. Is that June?
Nashville, June 25th. It's a Saturday, but we will definitely be doing something on Friday. Not sure exactly what, but we have something in the works to do together. We'll do a rodeo.
We'll do a rodeo meetup. We can all wear cowboy boots.
We're thinking like line dancing or something.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Now all the guys are not going to come.
Yeah, that's not happening.
We'll do like a rodeo and
yeah. We can all rope bulls or something like that, or
okay.
Or we'll put all of our wives.
That in Nashville. It's like music and like.
Yeah, we can all do like a group guitar lessons or something. I don't know.
Group guitar lessons.
I have no idea. That's funny. So Nashville, but you guys got to make it together. Make it Together in the Trades. That it's such an underrated thing. Like with it only being its first time last year, there's 100 people there. It was a banger.
It was, yeah.
I had so many people that came to LAL saying my first event was Together in the Trades, and I was like, no kid, there was so many first time people there. Which, by the way, that's a marriage conference that we co-host with the Almonds because the Almonds have a perfect marriage, and so they wanted to put this on.
We're all there to learn from them.
What's that?
We're all there to learn from them.
We're all there to learn from the Almonds. Not only they're successful in business, but and in their marriage, but
and parents.
And parents.
They just have it all going on.
Literally, they are our idols. Apparently, the shop is the second coming of Jesus. They're the second coming for us. Just having fun. But and right now their eyes are rolling way back into the back of their heads. If you hear that rolling sound, that's Brittany Almond's eyes. So just having fun. But what we did is we brought in professional speakers and then just other contractors, like guys like us, the Almonds, Spencer's, they were there.
Actual marriage counselors.
But then actual marriage counselors and authors.
Yeah.
And they were a great time. We really enjoyed them. And so if you guys see those tickets go on sale, sometime in the early spring or even late winter here, make sure you guys check that out, Together in the Trades. You can follow along on Instagram and all that stuff as well. We'll be populating more content as we just try to help people with life and business all at the same time. Marriage is a really important thing for us and the Almonds, and beating 50% is something that we subscribe to, is making sure that people have successful marriages. But to go full circle to LAL,
yes,
because that's the event after this event, if you will, for next year in the summer, halfway through. But we had Greg Whitstock, we had Corey Ballard, we had Keith Kalfas, we had Trisha Dork, we had Mark Parker, who is an undercard or an underdog. He's hilarious, the safety training guy. And then we had the Almonds. Who else? We had Paver Pete, We had
us and then Jeff Trainer.
Was that's the lineup, right?
Yep.
Cool. So my brain
it's so
is
funny coming off an
fried.
event. You're like, what even happened? Because there's so much happening.
Well, I tried to. I think I probably met 300 of the 350 people.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally tried to shake hands with everybody there on the way in, the way up, the way out. I was available. I tried to be available the whole time taking photos, and it was just so cool seeing what everybody had to say, all the feedback. So the idea was to help people grow not only their business but their life, and everybody just poured it out there. They shared from the bottom of their heart. They were just people were crying, people were laughing, people were telling jokes. So these people they're not like professional speakers, but I'll tell you what, they are professionally honest and heartfelt driven people to help other people succeed.
Trisha, she was like a professional speaker, man.
Trisha crushed it.
Yeah.
That girl could do the next TEDx talk.
Every single thing she said was like
Fire.
Well,
so people were like, because I had a special guest that was kind of sandbagging, and it was a real estate agent.
Which sounds like a real estate agent at a lawn care company,
Well,
yes.
I thought she did 60 million or something in her career, and I think Caleb said like that was this year.
Yeah, she has like
What?
100 agents or something working for her now, which is
what?
Yeah.
And
that's why I was like,
we love her and totally relate because she came from
oh,
get the
it's
little,
okay.
Do we need another commercial break?
Yep, commercial break.
Commercial break, guys. We'll be right on back.
Poopsie, 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 sparkly critters. Unbox critter inside. Feed him a drink, shake, shake, surprise. Will she spit or poop? She poop. It's a slime surprise. Unicorn magic, sparkle slime too. Slime surprise. Will she spit or poop? Poopsie, 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 sparkly critters. Poopsie, sparkly critters. Over 15 to collect. Each sold separately. You can collect the rainbow.
I don't know if we're going to do some commercial ads there or just a quick little splice there, but whatever Marty's doing to hold this show together, we appreciate it big time. But anyway, really quick, just to wrap up that thought with Trisha, her background was pretty rough, just like ours. And to see what she's done in the last 5, 10, 15 years or so with her real estate career and moving the volume and the homes and the team, incredible.
She's just an epic person. She's had goal driven to the 10th.
Nth. I don't know what nth is. That's a great question.
What is nth?
Would nth be like a derivative of 10th? Or is like people are just lazy, they don't say 10th? To the 10th degree. It wouldn't be to the 10th degree. We'll have to Google that. We'll fact check ourselves later. What was the nth degree?
Super goal motivated. She set a goal to do 52 competitions in 52 weeks.
That's
of the
insane.
year. Yeah. And
I did as well, just so you know.
Yeah?
Yeah, to eat at B-dubs 52 times out of 52
You
times.
already, you nailed that in quarter one.
So I'm an overachiever.
Sure.
Checkmate. What's Harmon say in the Queen's Gambit when somebody loses? They like I resign, I resign, or I retire, or whatever. But
Harmon.
But so the LAL it was just such a great time. I mean, I don't know what else we're supposed to say on this episode. We went to bed like last night. Probably around midnight. We were pooped.
We had gotten up at 4 that morning.
Yeah, to feed Emmy, and we basically stayed up since then. So we're coming in hot. and again, at Launchpreneur Academy, it was so cool having. I literally could talk about everybody for an hour each, and Caleb was like, "There's no way to do the whole event justice on a half hour."
Yeah, there really isn't. There's such a from the very beginning. One thing that we did differently this year was to have the Facebook group.
Yes.
In the sense of community, but before people even arrived, I loved it. Like I met people at the go-kart. Thank you.
Racetrack.
That had just made friends. I was like, oh, are you guys in business together? Did you drive in from the same place? No. We just met just 5 minutes ago. And I was like, oh, wow.
But the also thing too is there's some people too that we've said this before that have been coming together now as friends for 2 or 3 years with different group chats and accountability groups. And
there's people that have gone to, this was their third Launchpreneur Academy, so 3 out of 3, and they went together in the trades and they already have their plane tickets booked for Nashville.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Man, that's commitment right there.
That makes me so humbled.
We should probably get our plane tickets.
Probably.
So we just want to say a big thank you to everybody who came. It was such a great time. Can we drop any house little teasers here at the end of this episode real quick? I just want to like spill the guts, here, but are we dropping any nuggets or any info?
Sure.
The house, so it was a crazy week last week. We got everybody coming in, 350, 400 people, right? Speakers, sponsors. I was averaging 80 to 100 emails a day this last week.
And dealing with the time change, which, we fall back here in Michigan and usually you look forward to that because you get like an extra hour sleep.
Until you have a newborn.
Oh, no. Yeah, no, this isn't.
Yeah. The first 2 days, did great. Then she was going to bed at 7 p.m. and waking up at 3, 4 in the morning. And that was not cool on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So we were already depleted on sleep coming into this thing. I mean,
that on top of the business, trying to figure out how to get the last cut in.
The last cuts of the season. Rob went out to do snow stakes, postcards, just, new tires in the trailer. We got the truck detailed, just a bunch of little odds and ends stuff, like just busy stuff that you got to get done once in a while. And it's all this our end of month season and transition. We put all the leaf cleanup rigs, blowers on, the Billy Goat stuff on, all this mess. A couple things are broken. We're warrantying out stuff, right? And then also we had Rob went out to do some solo cleanups on Wednesday or Thursday.
Thursday, I think.
Yeah.
No. It was Thursday because I was at the
on Thursday, and the X-Mark Laser Z, we got about 1,000 hours on a unit. The clutch actually seized up, so that was not cool. So I had to work on that. So Friday morning, 9 a.m., I'm at my dealer getting my my lawnmower while 400 people are coming into town this weekend, and it's just real life. It's just real life stuff, man. We're just hustling, doing both, but simultaneously with not simultaneous, but like. What's 10x simultaneously mean? I don't know, but 10 things going on all at once, right? Well, then we're still making fronts in the house. We got we had our whole pre-con meeting on Wednesday at 4 o'clock with our builder. And we basically got all the big thumbs up for everything that's going to be going on with the house. And then Friday, he sent off the final building contract. So we signed that night. And then what was it? I think Monday coming up here today. Well, when you guys are listening to this episode, we should be closing on the loan. Wednesday this week, we've got the in-person pre-construction meeting at our first vendor.
I think the dates for
digging the hole, man.
Ooh,
is that crazy?
We're gonna go dig a giant hole.
We are so excited. It's just guys, it's just crazy. I mean, we are so blessed. You guys are so blessed, and we're so thankful for all of your guys' support and vice versa. Dude, we are just trying to win, just like you guys listening to the show. We're real people, man. We struggled for so long. The first 10, 12 years in business, we didn't make any money. We didn't have any success with our lawn and landscape business. Not even today that we're like rock star millionaires or anything like that. Not by a long shot. I said this once on a podcast a little while ago, babe, and you probably know which episode because you listen to all my shows.
All of them,
right?
What's your favorite part?
The favorite part's the middle, of course. And I'm like, you didn't listen to it, did you? And she's like, well, why do I need to hear you listen on the podcast? Listen to you all freaking day. So, but I said,
that's not true. I do listen to them.
You listen to some of them based on the title, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you and Brittany Allman both. Brittany Allman says she listens to my podcast based on the title. I'm like, but they're all good. She goes, well, I like the ones with the good titles, So, but long story short, we make a lot less off of YouTube than people think, and so that's why we're still hustling the lawn care business, But anyway, which way? It's a crazy couple of weeks behind the scenes, and as much as I am glad that Launchpreneur Academy happened, babe, I'm also glad that it's over because we have been selling tickets, pumping this thing, promoting this thing, and trying to tell everybody you got to be there, you got to be there, you got to be there, and just a month, 3 weeks before was Expo, so just. Man, you guys want to talk about busy and no sleep. Building the house, baby stuff. Yeah, she had to get some surgery things. Everything worked out great.
Yeah.
The house, ordering a truck, the Launchpreneur Academy Live. It's been, was that Teddy?
Yeah, it scared me.
Yeah, he's probably got OUT. So anyway, guys, sorry for maybe a little bit lack of the energy, enthusiasm on this episode. We just want to say a big thank you to everybody who came. Thank you for everybody who's advocating out there that this thing was a good time. It's still new. It's only its third time.
Which is so crazy. It feels like it's been.
Yeah, the first one was 148 people. The second one was 265. And this year was 364. Plus, then you had speaker sponsors and all that mess. It's about 400 people.
Jeez.
And if you guys were there in person, it was like, dang, dude. And I'm not looking forward necessarily to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for one reason. Do you know what that reason is, babe?
It's not.
No, I'm going to get my AV bill. Because not only did we have Jim there the whole time doing the AV, we had a 4-man production team, but we bought all those light rigs and light trusses. And if you saw the light rigs and light trusses, that's like
I forgot about that. We're going to set those things up in the basement and we can have like epic karaoke parties.
I'm going to do some concerts outside at our,
Our neighbors are going to love us.
Dude, we bought a whole stage drop, man. I'm like, we should get that thing on an enclosed trailer and tote this thing across the country and do regional entrepreneur academies. That should be pretty dope.
I mean, Florida sounds pretty good right now. We just got our first snow.
We'll do the Georgia tour. We'll do the Texas tour. Yeah, that would actually be awesome.
Paul came up here.
Entrepreneurs all across the country. What do you guys think? So, all right. Well, guys, we appreciate you guys so much for hanging with us. I just want to get a quick Monday episode out here. We're doing this late on Sunday. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who came. Thank you to everybody who's already coming next year and said that this thing was awesome, changed my business, changed my life. People were laughing. People were crying. Mm-hmm. People were taking pages and pages and pages of notes.
It was cool. Every time I came in the room, I was looking around and people were just writing and writing and writing. It was
incredible. Yeah. Incredible. Yeah. So we just want to say a quick little short and sweet today. Mm-hmm. That was actually 30 minutes and a little bit of... Wow. That was from a guy from Cedar Point.
If you've ever been to Cedar Point, you probably know what we're talking about.
There was this guy at Cedar Point, and he would just go. He was on the Millennium Force.
Yeah, he actually rotated around because he got him on a couple different rides. I thought.
Yeah, or the Magnum or something. We rode something 3 times, and he was like, "How's everybody doing today?" And we're like, "Good." He goes, "Wow." It was actually kind of annoying after like 20 minutes of it because we rode the ride 3 times, but it was hilarious. So we don't know why we're telling you this story right now. But Marty, Mr. Producer's like,
what in the world?
Wow. You guys are awesome. So that's what we got for today. I don't want to make this any longer than it needs to be. Okay. We just want to say thank you to all of you guys that came. Thank you for all of you guys that have been hanging with us. Just from nothing to, making about $12 now with our lawn care business, which is great. But things are good. Business is good. And hopefully get some fall cleanups done in the next couple of weeks and transition to snow. We're actually staring out the window. There's about a half inch that fell overnight. So I guess it's kind of the first official snowstorm of Michigan winter 2021.
Mm-hmm. And Emmy's first snow.
That's so cute, isn't it? So, all right, guys. Well, over now. If you guys want to hear some more great shows from Entrepreneur Academy Live, check out the Green Industry Podcast. Check out the Caleb Brittany Altman's, the Kid Contractor Podcast, Naylor's podcast, LCR Media. I know he was in their room. I think Naylor actually, babe, while we were there, did his 100th episode.
No way. That's huge.
Well, 2 years ago at Entrepreneur Academy Live, or was it last year? No, it was this year. It was last year. A year ago, he launched his podcast at Entrepreneur Academy Live.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. Remember we busted into the room, Payjack and all those into Pace, and they were shooting the first one.
That was his first one? I didn't even realize.
So it's been a year. It's been 52 weeks. Yeah. So he did his 100th episode, I think, last night.
Wow.
Is that crazy?
Wow.
Hey, tag Naylor as well, or shoot him a DM and say, congrats on 100 podcasts.
That's huge.
Everybody starts, very few people stick with things.
And
100 episodes.
It's not easy.
No, I mean, Paul's right when it says it takes a lot of effort. So Naylor, congrats to that as well. All right. What else did Emmy have to say here?
Emmy, do you have anything to say?
She's got the whole...
do you have anything to say?
Our next public speaker is Emmy Grace Fullerton. All right. She's cute as a button. I do want to go enjoy hanging out with the baby. So we're going to butt it up right here, guys. Thank you again to Marty, Mr. Producer, for producing the show and working with us here on a last-minute schedule. As always, this is becoming hot. So one last quick teaser I'll say is, guys, get ready for Black Friday. If you guys are looking for some deals on LawEntrepreneurAcademy.com, maybe specifically the whole ball of wax, we're going to run a very stout promotion and want to get the resources in your guys' hands big time. So look forward to that Black Friday through probably Christmas. We'll be running that special, and it'll be some significant savings on some different things on the website. So over now, guys, from this episode of the Fullerton Unfiltered Podcast. Anything last minute, babe?
Nope. Fullerton's out. There's all 3 of us here.
Fullerton's out. All right, guys. Well, we will catch up with you guys here Wednesday with a guest interview. Friday, we got a 2-part episode with Caleb and Brittany on their podcast and our podcast. So make sure you guys stay back for the full debrief of Entrepreneur Academy Live. And we super appreciate you guys. Over now. You good, babe?
Yeah.
Over now, guys. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to the Fullerton Unfiltered Podcast with Brian Fullerton. We hope you enjoyed this production. If so, please consider leaving us a 5-star review for the show. While the techniques and ideas presented here are designed to help you grow a more successful and profitable business, no one can guarantee these results for you. We want to emphasize that entrepreneurship is not easy, and the ideas presented here are just the opinions of Brian Fullerton and his respective guests. No one can guarantee success for you. That being said, we hope the ideas presented here help you and motivate you to go on out there and crush it with your own business.
Fullerton Unfiltered Podcast.
Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode.
This has been a Brian Fullerton and Mr. Producer production.